My parents favored the golden child to ruin our vineyard's finances, then demanded $100K from me to save it as I raise my glass for another toast. My name echoes from the corridor. The voices filter through the slightly ajar door of my father's office, led by my brother's sharp tone. She's finally got the funds to rescue our family's heritage. Dominic's words strike me like a fist. That promotion was perfectly timed. My father's low voice follows, measured but firm. Let's not push too hard. Clarissa's always been careful with her money. My mother adds, we've been planning this for weeks. The vineyard needs her investment now. My wine glass slips, shattering on the dining room's hardwood floor. Merlot spills across my ivory trousers, pooling around the broken crystal, our vineyard's signature vintage seeping into the ancient oak my great-grandfather laid down. I stand rooted, the truth sinking in. This dinner, supposedly to celebrate my promotion at Westbrook Design, was a setup to pry open my wallet. They didn't ask, they expected. My hand shakes as I pick up the glass shards. A cut on my finger barely registers as I process their demand. $100,000, the precise amount I've saved for my Yosemite cabin. At 12, I pleaded with Dad to teach me winemaking alongside Dominic. Notebook in hand, I followed them to the fermentation room. Clarissa, Dad called back, help your mother in the kitchen, this is men's work. From the window, I watched him guide Dominic on testing grapes, sensing their ripeness. That night, Dominic's D in biology earned him ice cream. My honor roll certificate stayed pinned to the fridge, unnoticed. The memory stings as I stand, leaving the glass behind. My hands steady as I push open the office door. 3 faces turn to me, silence stretches tight. What were you saying about my money? I ask, voice calmer than I feel. Mother recovers first, her smile practiced. We're just so proud of you, dear. That promotion is a big deal. But my hands no longer tremble. The usual knot in my stomach is gone, replaced by a strange clarity. I heard you, I say. You've been plotting for weeks to take my money for Dominic's tasting room. Mother's smile wavers. Dad's chair groans as he leans forward. Your brother has poured his life into this vineyard, he says, voice firm. The Matthews name means something because of him. Dominic, leaning on the desk, adds, this isn't just about me, it's our legacy. The tasting room could double our profits. I calculate silently. 6 years of savings, extra shifts, side projects, all for my cabin, my future. That money is for my cabin, I say. My investment in me. Mother's lips tighten. So you'd choose a vacation home over family? It's not a vacation home, I reply. It's my future. And this isn't about family, it's about bailing out Dominic again. Dad's face flushes. You've always been selfish, Clarissa, thinking only of yourself, not what this family gave you. The words hang heavy. What they gave me. Conditional praise, unequal support, love I had to earn. I'm not giving you a dime, I say, voice steady. Dominic steps forward. Then maybe you're not part of this family's future. The threat hits hard, exclusion, the ultimate penalty for defiance. For 30 years, fear of losing them kept me compliant, chasing approval Dominic got for free. But something shifts. The cost of their approval is too steep. We'll see, I say, walking out. Their gasps and murmurs fade behind me as I keep moving. The next day, an email burns into my screen. Subject: Strategies to secure Clarissa's contribution. From my father to our financial advisor, forwarded to me, with Mother and Dominic copied. Paul, Dad wrote, we need to frame this as an opportunity, not a demand. Clarissa's too cautious with money. Her promotion makes her viable for the family legacy, $100,000 for a 10% stake. Mother's reply: stress the family angle. She's always craved inclusion. Dominic's final jab: call it Dominic's tasting room in the documents. I've kept this place alive while she chased her little career. My hands tremble as I scroll through months of calculated scheming. I print it all, filing it as proof. The next morning, I park outside Hartwell & Sons law office, watching my family enter. They don't know I'm here. After Sunday's clash, Mother left voicemails urging a mature discussion. Dad hasn't called. Through the window, I see them around a conference table, Mother smoothing her dress, Dad checking his watch, Dominic spreading documents. Aunt Martha sits rigidly. Investment papers sit before an empty chair, mine. I stay in my car, dialing the office. This is Clarissa Matthews, I'll join by phone. Mother's voice crackles through. Darling, this is silly, come inside. I prefer distance, I reply, steady. Roger Hartwell, our lawyer, begins. We're discussing the investment in Matthew's Vineyard, specifically Dominic's tasting room. I've seen the emails, I interrupt. Silence. Those were private, Dad snaps. About me, without me, I counter. How many others have you asked for money? Aunt Martha's voice trembles. They took $50,000 from me last year for equipment that was never bought. Dominic jumps in. That was for irrigation issues. This is different. Like the wine club was different, Martha asks. Or the online store. My phone buzzes, texts from Uncle Robert, cousin Stephanie, grandmother's nurse, all pressuring me. Refusing risks losing my 87-year-old grandmother, who values family unity. The thought aches. I calculate. Giving them $100,000 means 4 more years to rebuild my savings, delaying my dreams. I have to go, I say, hanging up. At work I bury myself in designs, but the family's weight lingers. Elaine, my boss, notices. You okay? She asks. Family stuff, I mutter. She spots my cabin listing. That the place you're saving for? Yes, but they want me to fund Dominic's project instead. Elaine leans in. You earned that promotion over 3 others. It wasn't luck, it was you. Her words loosen a knot in my chest, a rare moment of being seen. Driving home, I weigh my options. Protect my future or sacrifice for family peace. The cabin listing sits beside me, a symbol of freedom. My phone shows 3 missed calls from Mother. I keep driving, undecided. The next day, a Facebook alert interrupts my blueprint review. Dominic's post. A vineyard sunset, captioned, Family support makes dreams reality. Excited for Matthew's Vineyard expansion. Family legacy. Comments pour in cousin Melissa. Proud of you upholding tradition. Aunt Joanne. A good sister supports her brother. Uncle Stephen. Can't wait for Dominic's tasting room. They've cast me as the dutiful sister funding his project without my consent. I close the app, fuming. Mother calls. I'm at work, I say. Just a moment, she insists. We're hosting a reunion next weekend at the Vineyard. Dominic's presenting his expansion. We expect you there. A summons, not an invitation. I'll check my schedule, I say, knowing it won't matter. Family first, Clarissa, Saturday at 4. She hangs up. The pressure tightens. 3 more calls from my hometown's area code go to voicemail. My heart races at each ring. I silence my phone. Later, I check messages. My mortgage officer, Mike Belton, sounds uneasy. We need to discuss your Yosemite cabin pre-approval. Concerns have been raised about your finances. Then Uncle Robert. Had a chat with Mike, my old high school buddy. Mentioned you might be overextending with the cabin while the family business needs help. Nausea hits. They're sabotaging my mortgage. I document everything. Screenshots, voicemails, emails. I secure my accounts, request written-only bank communication, and alert credit bureaus. At midnight, my realtor, Sandra, calls. Good news! The Oakhurst property dropped 15%. 3 acres, mountain views, 10 minutes from Yosemite. It's in your budget now. Relief washes over me. The locals call it Independent Ridge, she adds. I laugh, it's perfect. I want to see it this weekend, I say. After hanging up, I stare at city lights, imagining my cabin, my own space, earned by me. The doorbell rings at 1 a.m. Mother stands there, holding a wine bottle. Matthew's Reserve Cabernet, 1989, your birth year, she says. Saved for a special moment. She sets it down. Invest, and you'll get a case of reserve wines yearly, your name on a tasting room plaque, your kid's future secured. The bribe sparks fury. My future isn't for sale, I say. Not even to family. Her smile fades. Don't be dramatic, this is legacy. No, it's Dominic, always has been. We've supported both our children equally, she lies. I see decades of chasing approval Dominic got effortlessly. Leave, I say. She reaches for the bottle. Leave the wine, I add. I'll need it when I sign my cabin papers. At work, I ask James for help drafting an email. Quitting already? He teases, then listens as I explain. We craft a clear, professional message asserting my financial autonomy and warning against interference. I schedule the cabin viewing for Saturday during the reunion and send the email to my family. Relief hits as I press send. Eliza Cooper from First Sierra Bank calls. We specialize in Yosemite properties and can offer better terms than your current pre-approval. I update my spreadsheet, smiling. The universe is aligning. On Saturday, after visiting my cabin, I drive to the vineyard, gravel crunching under my tires. Inside, my family waits around the oak table, LLC papers ready. I carry my briefcase. Cabin pre-approval, financial analysis, deed reservation for Independent Ridge. I stand at the table's head, facing curious, angry, wary eyes. Before discussing Dominic's expansion, I say, distributing highlighted vineyard reports, let's review its performance. I detail a decade of under 2% profit margins, a 2019 loss of $35,000, and last year's 20% yield drop. Projections claim a 30% increase with no basis, I add. Dominic interrupts. You don't understand the vineyard. You draw buildings while I work the land. Uncle Robert counters. Didn't Clarissa want to learn winemaking as a kid? Aunt Martha adds. She asked about bookkeeping in high school but was told it was Dominic's role. I nod. I was excluded. Is it loyalty to invest in a failing business I wasn't allowed to join? Grandmother suggests a smaller investment for peace. I hesitate. Would it preserve ties or invite more demands? My phone buzzes Elaine, my planned lifeline. Emergency with the Westridge project, she says. Client needs revisions by Monday. I announce I must leave. Dad insists, this is more important. Dominic slams the table. The vineyard's drowning in debt. The bank's threatening foreclosure without major improvements. Silence. Foreclosure? Uncle Robert asks. Why won't my $100,000 fix that? I press, no answer. Aunt Martha suggests reconvening next week. I leave, grandmother's nod lingering in my mind. The next Saturday, I arrive at the vineyard, the scent of grapes and soil in the air. Dad greets me with a forced smile, Mom avoids my eyes, Dominic watches the harvest. We've adjusted our offer, Dad says, sliding a folder. $100,000 for 15% ownership. I scan it, anger rising. I've already invested, I say, showing photos of my Oakhurst cabin. You bought property without telling us, Mom gasps. Like you plan to use my money without telling me, I reply. Dad calls me selfish. More family arrives. I address them, displaying a spreadsheet. The vineyard needs $500,000 for profitability, not $100,000. Dominic claims my numbers are wrong, but I highlight inconsistencies in his loan documents. The room shifts as the truth lands. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.